Hi everyone, Reverend Chris here. Welcome to the first of what I hope will be many reaction videos. I've seen lots of American people, couples and single people do reaction videos, but I've not seen many the other way around or even from other countries. So hopefully we'll buck the trend a little bit and we'll get to see some English reactions. And it might be that there are plenty out there. I've just not looked at them. There are reactions to TikToks and things like that. But I've not seen many English people doing reaction videos with regard to travel. I hoped to cover lots of different genres and topics, and my channel will also include things of a Christian nature as well, not all the time, but we'll have some Christian things in there. Obviously, I'm a Christian minister, so I will be talking about some things, and just some things that I feel compelled to talk about sometimes, but more often than not, I'm hoping to going to be doing some reactions. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do some reactions is that I've spent quite a lot of time looking at some videos and things like that, and I think, there'll be fantastic places to go and visit. With the full knowledge that I'm very unlikely to get to any of these places that I'll be reacting to. One, because of cost, two, because of health issues and all of that sort of stuff. So this is a way of me looking at the world, and maybe through rose-tinted glasses, but certainly having a look at some of the places that I would have an interest in being able to visit, should I be able to. The first one I've chosen is a place called Portland in Oregon, in the United States of America. And the reason why I've chosen this is because, unlike many of the reaction videos that I'll be doing, it's a place that I've seen on TV and one of the best television series I've seen over the past decade or so is the television program Grimm. It's a bit of a light humoured cop show, fantasy show, bit of magic and things like that in it, and it's being done really, really well. But they've used Oregon, um, and specifically Portland, and I understand that one of the or two of the main reasons why they did that was for the Washington Park and the Forest Park, as well as some of the buildings that they used as well. So we'll have a look. Um, the video was originally done by two roaming souls, Jake and Emily, and I'm sure they will introduce themselves as they do in all their videos. I've not seen this one yet. I have seen some of the others that they've done. I'll leave a link to their channel down below. Please go and have a look at the other videos that they do. And also I'll leave a link into this specific video as well, so you can have a look in uninterrupted by my dulcet South Yorkshire accent. So let's get in and see what are the best things to do in Portland, Oregon.
Hi, we're Jake and Emily, the two roaming souls, and this is our top 10 things to do in Portland, Oregon. Obviously, Portland is a huge city, so narrowing it down to just 10 things is a little silly.
You see, that there is very reminiscent to me of our very own Lake District here in the UK, a place that my family and I love to go and visit. Also very reminiscent of the Lochs in Scotland, again another place that we like to go and visit. So that would be certainly on our list of things to go and see if we ever got to Portland.
But as adventurous and budget-minded travelers, we focus on uncovering those unique, can't-find-anywhere-else attractions. You're not going to see our normal home on wheels in this video because she sadly needed a new transmission. So we took the opportunity to explore a city that we would never feel comfortable visiting in our beloved camper van. So we got a rental car and a hotel room downtown to explore this funky city. Portland is famous, and maybe also infamous, for many things. From its early history as a shipbuilding hub, strategically located at the confluence of the Columbia and Willamette River, to its modern-day reputation as an eclectic melting pot of all things different. This desire to break free from the normal is what makes this city so special. And personally, as nature lovers, we appreciate the amazing nature right in Portland, or just a short drive away. So let's get into the top 10 things to do in Portland, Oregon.
Aerial tram. Riding the aerial tram offers an incredible view of Portland from above. It's $8 per person for a round trip, but it's totally worth it on a clear day for taking in the beauty of the city and greater Portland. From the top, you can see Mount Hood, Mount St. Helens.
Now, this might surprise some of you, but I'm a little bit scared of heights. So it would be with a great amount of encouragement that I would go onto there. But I could see the benefit of going on there looking at those views.
Helens, and sometimes little slices of Mount Adams and Mount Rainier. But the tram is more than just a tourist attraction. It carries workers and students up to the Oregon Health and Science University and hospitals. Actually, it felt kind of funny to be such a tourist with others just going about their daily commute. At the top, you can walk around to a viewing platform to take in the views, but otherwise there's not much else to do at the top. So just take the tram back down when you're ready.
Saturday Market. Portland's Saturday Market is a great place to find something unique. The variety of skilled artisans simply blew us away. And we've been to tons of markets in our travels, and this one really stands out. And despite the name, the market actually takes place on Saturday and Sunday. It's held in the...
Sorry to interrupt there, but I'm just thinking that I would lose my wife, and if my daughters was with us, those as well, into that market. And it might be the most peaceful 2 days of my life, not having them around, but they would be engrossed.
The Tom McCall Waterfront Park, which is a great place to stroll the Willamette River, but plenty of other events are hosted here too.
Powell's City of Books. Powell's Bookstore is a famous Portland institution. They have floors and floors of every kind of book under the sun. You're sure to find something that interests you.
And again, I have twin daughters, and I'm sure they were born with a book in each hand because they are avid readers. So again, my wife and I would be able to send them in there when it's opening time, go and pick them back up when it's closing time, and have a day to ourselves.
So I average about one book a year. So this place. So if you come here without a plan, it's easy to get very overwhelmed by how much there is. But just think of like what your interests or hobbies are. Like for us, we found the hiking section. The Columbia River Gorge. One of the things that makes Portland so special is its close proximity to incredible nature. The Columbia River Gorge makes for the perfect day trip. This scenic drive is famous for a seemingly endless variety of gorgeous waterfalls. But if we had to pick our favorites, make sure you add Multnomah, La Tourelle, and Waklala Falls. Multnomah Falls.
See, that is just stunning. Just stunning. I mean, we have waterfalls. When we've been to Snowdonia, you see quite a few of these types of waterfalls. Not on this grander scale that I've seen on the tourist path, but certainly majestic in their own right in Snowdonia in Wales.
Falls is the most visited natural recreation site in the Northwest, seeing over 2 million visitors annually. So for visiting between May and September, Multnomah Falls requires a timed entry permit between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. This one practically doesn't even feel like nature with the restaurant, gift shop, and crowds of people. But this double waterfall split with the iconic stone bridge is like a fairy tale setting you can't miss. La Tourelle Falls is another really popular one, with a couple easy viewpoints and a short hike down to the base of the falls. Waklala Falls requires a little bit more of a hike, but still only about 2 miles and 300 feet elevation gain. This is one of our top 5 waterfalls we've ever seen. The way it plunges into this gorgeous pool is just amazing. And coming here to swim on a hot day would be pure magic.
I just wonder, when I look at places like this, one of the things that I really enjoy doing as my role as a minister is conducting weddings. And I see lots of videos about how people have proposed and where they proposed and things like that. And I wonder how many people have, one of the couples saying, "Oh, come on, let's go for a walk and a hike with all this planned," and the other one begrudgingly go because it's 2 miles and they really don't want to walk that far. But they go because it makes the other person happy, and then at the end of it, they get the engagement ring and the proposal. I just think that's magic.
And if you want the best panoramic views of the gorge, drive up to the Vista House at Crown Point. Or if you want the views without the crowds, the Angels Rest Trail is a great hiking trail for views. If you want to explore the Columbia River Gorge without a car, check out the Waterfall Trolley. It provides daily hop-on, hop-off service to most of the biggest attractions in the gorge. This narrated trolley ride is a great way to avoid parking issues. The trolley begins in the nearby town of Corbett, though you can hop on at any trolley stop. Or you can book a coach bus transfer that picks up right at Director Park in downtown Portland.
Voodoo Donuts. Voodoo Donuts is a vibrant and wildly successful donut shop that started right here in Portland. They are famous for the variety of crazy donut creations, so we popped in to give it a try.
That's delicious donut.
So there is some controversy that there are better donut shops in Portland, but I don't know. This place is just a vibe, so you gotta come when you're in Portland. And it's just sugar anyway, so you can't go wrong.
My diabetes would be having a fit if I went into there and started eating those donuts, but they do look delicious.
Mount Tabor Park. Portland has so many beautiful city parks if you're looking for a peaceful place for exercise or a picnic. Our favorite is Mount Tabor Park because of the exceptional views. Watching sunset from just above the reservoir here was so sweet. Some other good parks to check out are Forest Park, Laurelhurst, and Selwood Riverfront Park.
McMenamins Kennedy School. McMenamins is kind of a Pacific Northwest gem. Their collection of businesses across Oregon and Washington offer eclectic lodging, dining, and entertainment that you won't find anywhere else. They take abandoned historic properties and reimagine them into something special, always drawing inspiration from the building's origins, turning them into a sort of living museum. The Kennedy School is a former elementary school, now turned into unique hotel rooms, restaurants, bars, a brewery, movie theater, and an outdoor soaking tub. The soaking pool requires reservations for non-hotel guests, and it's $10 per person for a 1-hour soak. You can even grab a beer from one of the bars to bring with you. Just tell them you need a plastic cup. The old auditorium has been turned into a movie theater with super affordable tickets, and they even deliver food to your seats so you don't miss the show. There's a variety of bars and restaurants on site. Enjoy an aged whiskey in the detention room, or our favorite is the boiler room. They turned what was likely the most uninviting room of the entire school into quite possibly one of the coolest bars I've ever been in.
This reminds me of, it's not a bar or an hotel or anything, but where I am in Rotherham, South Yorkshire, neighbours with Sheffield and Doncaster and Barnsley that make up South Yorkshire, a very industrial area. And the decision was made many years ago now to develop a sort of museum activity centre called Magna, which took over a big old steelworks building, and when you walk round it, you can see some of these old fixtures and fittings in there. Really worth the visit if you do ever get over to Rotherham to have a look.
Levels of mechanically inspired furnishings and eclectic artwork turn the space into something so unique.
Visit a food truck pod. Portland is known for having an abundance of food trucks, and with cuisines from all over the world. While food trucks can be found almost anywhere, a few permanent clusters are the Hawthorne Asylum, Cartopia, 3rd Avenue Pod, or in Pioneer Courthouse Square. Otherwise, Portland is full of great restaurants, too many for us to possibly include. But when we're in a city, we love to take advantage of the opportunity to try something unique. We had a tasty meal at Mirisada, a Sri Lankan vegan restaurant.
Salt and straw. I've been enjoying ice cream all my life, so very rarely does an ice cream shop surprise me. But Salt and Straw really pushes the limits on what can be an ice cream flavor. And even the ones that seem a little too weird still deliver.
So they have ice cream flights. So we got 4 different.
This one is kind of one of the weird flavors. It is strawberry honey balsamic with black pepper. And it actually kind of works. Honestly, it's pretty good.
It's common to have a massive line here, so try to visit at off-peak times.
So, you know how like a lot of ice cream shops are kind of just like an excuse to charge you $8 for an ice cream cone? That place is really exceptional.
I think you should definitely put it on your list if you're coming to Portland.
Yeah, like the ice cream it's a step above. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and they're even unique.
Yeah. Pioneer Courthouse Square. This urban park is the heart of downtown Portland, hosting some 300 events per year. It's often referred to as the city's living room, though a few unwelcome smells made it feel like the city's bathroom too. But jokes aside, this community-supported space is a lively meeting place for cultural events, performances, art shows, and more. Check the event calendar to see upcoming events. We were excited to check out Noon Tunes, the free concert series, but the timing didn't work out with our itinerary. And the food cart, Fried Egg I'm in Love, is very highly rated. The namesake of this park, the Pioneer Courthouse, is a treasured historical landmark active since 1875, and it's open for self-guided tours Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Obviously, narrowing it down to just 10 things was really difficult, so here's a few honorable mention to check out as well. International Rose Test Garden. While this may not seem like the most exciting attraction on the list, we couldn't help but be amazed by the vast collection of rose varieties. It's a pleasant free park to explore, plus there's a nearby arboretum and Japanese garden.
Brewery hopping. If you know us well, you know we pretty much put brewery hopping on every top 10 video whenever possible. But with so many other things to do, it didn't quite make the list. But you know we still had to try a few. And one we would highly recommend is the new Migration Brewing Rooftop, especially at sunset. It's really only a bare bones tasting room, but with views like these, that's all you need. Another cool one we visited was Treebeard's Tap Room, a Lord of the Rings themed beer hall. Another Portland brewery we like is Breakside Brewing, but we just visited that in our past video in Astoria, but you can check them out here too.
Visit a coffee shop. Portland has a really good coffee culture with excellent cafes all over the place, but one that we tried was Stumpton Coffee Bar. Stumpton Coffee to Portland is like Starbucks to Seattle, and they had some delicious espresso with some clearly experienced baristas.
So I got an Americano to really get the full flavor, and it checks out. The coffee is really good.
Pittock Mansion Viewpoint. If you couldn't tell by now, we really like views. And Pittock Mansion sits on a mountain above the city, offering tours of this historic house. We skipped the tour inside, but the views from their backyard are really impressive.
Huber's Cafe. This is the oldest restaurant in Portland, operating since 1879. It maintains that old-fashioned vibe with excellent food, drinks, and service. They are famous for roasted turkey and Spanish coffee.
That is so good.
The presentation of this flaming coffee cocktail is a performance in itself.
Like I said, it's hard to look dangerous. Variation on theme, coffee with just heavy cream, on top is nutmeg. Enjoy. They are strong.
And if you feel like the entrees are a little pricey, the happy hour menu has some super affordable options.
And here's a few tips for visiting Portland. We stayed at the Royal Sonesta right downtown, but felt like you don't necessarily need to stay downtown to enjoy the city. In fact, many of the cool things in Portland take place in the neighborhoods surrounding downtown. However, the Royal Sonesta is a really unique and elegant hotel that we enjoyed. Despite all the great things about Portland, the city definitely has a reputation for some not so great things. Vehicle break-ins are super common in and around Portland, even in broad daylight with other people around. So if you have a car, it needs to be showroom floor empty every time you park it. With our rental car, that was pretty easy. If we were in our camper van, literally impossible. Many places downtown charge a lot for overnight parking. You can usually find a cheaper deal at a lot nearby, but we're not so sure it's worth it for the extra risk. So we paid up for the parking garage underneath our hotel. Portland has really amazing bike lanes, so bringing or renting a bike can be a great way to get around the city. Otherwise, public transportation is pretty good too. Check the description for a link to all the trails we mentioned in this video, plus a helpful map of our favorite spots. Thanks for coming along on another Two Roaming Souls adventure. We just finished up a series of videos about the Oregon coast, so check those out if you're headed to the coast. And like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. We're headed up to Canada this summer for some grand adventures. See you next time.
Yes, certainly. Like and subscribe and follow those on their other journeys, and I'll certainly be having a look at some of the things that they get up to in Canada, as that's another place that I would love to be able to visit. Very interesting in the coffee shops. I'm a big coffee lover, although decaffeinated, mainly due to the health issues I have. But other than that, I do like a nice cup of coffee. And that hotel looked absolutely stunning. And I'm glad that they mentioned about some of the less desirable sides of visiting a place. So things like the car crime and just being aware of that and making people aware of that, I think is absolutely brilliant in these videos. So thank you for joining us. Let's see what we get to look at on the next video, and I'll see you soon.